Hello friend, welcome back. From this video, I will discuss about our online news portal post. How can create your post, how can edit and update your post, and how can delete your post. Each and everything step by step I will show you with the live example. If you go to our content area, so that's all about the post. That is the images, so that is our title and some of the short description, and also there should be some of the long description. Okay, so how can insert all that post from your backend? So in this video, I step by step I will show you. So first of all, I want to create our list page, that means the post list page. For doing this, first of all, we have to create one of the model for that post. For now, I am going our project directory, and in particular that position I am just defined as a CMD, and then I just write down as a PHP artisan, and then make. I just want to create one of the model. Okay, I just define that model, and here I just define one of the post model, and also I want to migrate it, so I just define as a migrate, and now click on the enter. So here our model is created successful and also created the migration. So this migration, that means the create post table migration, you get that things if you go to your file. Like right now we don't need this, I just remove all the things from here. Okay, I just remove all the things, and now if you go to our database, so that means in this database there is a migration, and here you get that file. Like here you can see there is a post table, so that is the migration table I just created. So right now I just open it. By default they have the two field, that means the two database table field. I already discussed about that things with you. So one of the is ID and another is the time spent. So right now for our post I just want to create some of the table field on particular that position. Okay, so better I just copy it. I just copy it, and here because in our for our post I need some of the table fields, so here I just defining it. Okay, like first of all that is actually the ID, and then I just want to define one of the title for our post, so I just define the title. So I just define the title, and this title will be actually string, so I just define the string. Okay, and then I just want to take another short description. As I told you, they have should be some of the short description, some of the long description. So I just define some of the field for this one, like as a short underscore description. So I just define the short description, and then I define that description. I just define that description, and for the short description and the description it should be as a long text. So I just define that long and text, so it should be the long text, and that's also will be the long text. Then I also want to take another field as a slug. Okay, I just define the slug, and this slug will be the string. So here I just defining it as a string, and then I just define our category ID are created by. So this type of some of the field is pretty much common. So here I just define that category underscore ID, and then I just define another field as a created. Okay, created underscore by. So this type of one of the field, and for the images, because we also need the images. Okay, and for the images I already installed one of the package. So right now I just want to actually segment that images. It will be like the main image, the thumbnail image, and the list image. So this type of segment I just want to add. For the reasons here I just defining in on here as a main image, main underscore image. Okay, and then I just define another one for the thumbnail image underscore image, and then I take another one for the list page, that means the list underscore image. So image will be actually a different type of sizes, so it will makes your site so much light. Okay, so for the reasons I just defining two of these. So for that actually category ID it will be the integer, so here I just defining it as a integer on here, like as an integer. Okay, I just define as an integer, and a category by it also be integer, and for the main image it should be the string. So I just define the string, and there is also the string, And I also want to take another field, like I just want to count how much a user actually viewing your post. Like for the reasons I just defining another table field. So here I just defining another table field as a like as a view count. Okay, so you'll be counting the view. So I just define the count. So view count, and then also I want to show some of the hot news. Okay, like here you can see there is some of the hot news. So I just defining hot news on particular that position. So here I just defining another field as a hot underscore news. Okay, and also I need the status. So here I just define that status field. Okay, I just define that status field. So for that view count, so it should be actually integer. So here I just define that as an integer, and for the hot news, so here I also defining as an integer, and for the status I also define as an integer field. So I hope you can well understand about it. First of all, here I just migrate it, and now in our position I just define some of the table field. So that is actually our title. So that is our short description. There is a description, and there is a slug. There is a category ID that's created by main images. I just want to segment our images with the 3 part, and then the view count and the hot news field. Another field I just define as a status. Perfect. So now we have to migrate it. So better I just click on the save all, and now if you go to your command line, and here I want to migrate it, so here you have to write down as a PHP artisan. Okay, PHP artisan, and just migrate. So I just define PHP artisan and migrate. Now click on the enter. So now here you can see our migrate is now completed. So now if you go to our database, like here, that is our database. Okay, database. So there is a block. So now I just click on the refresh. And here you can see there is another table is added as a post. So now if you click on here, and now here you can see there is our structure. So if you go to the structure, and into the structure here, I just define some of the fields. So all that field is now added in our database table area. I hope you can well understand about it. Like there is a title, short description, slug, category ID, and the main images, list images, view count, hot news, and status. So now it's perfectly created on particular that position. Now I want to add one of the page for the post list. Okay, and also I want to add that post on particular that position. So that is in our side navigation. Better I just go to our side navigation area. So that is in our view file. So in our view, that is a layout. So that is actually our navigation, and into the navigations here there is a category. So right now I just add another one. Okay, I just add another one. So this will be actually the post. So I just define as post. Okay, so we have to actually create that route for loading our list page. I think it should be very much clear to you. So here I just defining on the page name as a post. Okay, post. And also here I just define the permission for the category list and the all. Like if you go to our permission, maybe I added some of the permission for the post. Like here I just defining as a post. So here you can see there is also another text as a post list. So better I just defining as a post list on here. Okay, so which user you want to access, then you have to actually add that permission for with this text as a post list. And also here I just define that all. So right now I'm already logged in with the master, for the reasons I can access that things, that means this page. So now I just click on the save all, and if you now refresh that page, yeah, you can see there is actually the post. So now we have to create one of the route for this one. So for doing this I have to go to our route area. So on particular that area, so into this position I want to take like that is category. So better I just copy it. Okay, and here after that I just defining is as a post. Okay, I just defining as a post, and after that admin we have to create one of the controller for the post. So better I just create one of the controller. So if you go to our directory, and on particular that position I just want to create one of the controller as a PHP artisan, and the make, and then controller, and then I just define one of the controller in our admin folder. So I just define the admin, and then our controller name. So I just define that post controller, I just define the post controller, and I also want to create one of the resourceful controller. For the reasons I just define the resource. Okay, I just define that resource, and now click on the enter. So I think it's very much clear to you how much easily we actually processing. That's all that is step. Okay, first of all, here I just create one of the route, and in a route we need one of the controller. For the reasons I just create one of the controller, and here I just define as a resourceful controller. So now if you go to the controller area, our controller is created successfully. So now if you go to that position, there is the admin. Here you can see there is a post controller. Okay, and also I created one of the resourceful controller. For the reasons all the things automatically ready-made on here. So now we have to define our controller name. So in our admin controller, I just want to access the index method, and now this page will be named as a post list. So here I just define that as a post list. Okay, post list, and also that will be the post list, because in our permission I already defined our post list. So that is a post list. Okay, so that is actually for the permission. So now here I just define as a post list, and also for the main admin I just define as a all. Okay, so here I created our routes, and now we have to create this method, that means the index method. So I think it's very much clear to you. In our index method, I want to create one of the page as a list page for the post list, and here I want to load that post list page. So how can do that work? I will continue this process, and in our next video I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.